It is quite blustery. Now I'll see if anybody actually gets this, because it's been a few weeks since I've gone live. So I'm not sure. It's been crazy, crazy, crazy times. Oh, yeah. It's very blustery, very windy, and I should be out working, but I'm sitting in here going live instead. But that's all right. I hope everybody remembered to put their clocks ahead. Of course, a lot of the things these days are automated, so you don't even have to think about it too much. I still have to put my oven clock ahead manually. So, not ahead, back, excuse me, fall back. We gain an hour. Oh, sounds like a helicopter or an airplane. They sound like they're rather low. They fly around here all the time. Sounds like it's a helicopter. You hear a lot more helicopters than you do airplanes around here, which was completely opposite up in New Jersey. Up in New Jersey, if you heard a helicopter, you were like looking, where's the accident? Where's the excitement at? So anyway, I got two people in here, I guess. Yeah, it has been extremely busy couple of weeks, extremely busy. And the real push was this last week. I did something that I had to do. With the injury of my left wrist, which is still not 100%. It's better than it was, but it's still not 100%. And I just need to give it time. If you mess up a ligament or a tendon, it takes longer to heal than a broken bone would. So anyway, I don't know what that is on the ground. As you see, I'm in the barn. It's blustery, very windy. So I'm hoping that this is working in here. Yeah, I started to tell you. I was busting my butt this week. I was building crates, small crates, big enough to hold a single Muscovy duck, a drake. I had 9 drakes and 4 hens. And that's just way too many. Way too many. They were merciless to the hens. I could not, because of their size, I could not physically handle processing those ducks. Okay, I just couldn't do it. That was the intention when I got them, that any extra. Oh, hello, Christy. How you doing? Long time no see. So anyway, it's just the intention was to process any overabundance of drakes and put them in my freezer to feed my family. Well, I just could not physically do it because of the injury to my wrist. So I got a flyer in the mail that there was an auction. They have this auction once in the spring, once in the fall. And it's the same auction where I took, I don't remember if I took 2 or 3. I think I took 2 Muscovy ducks. No, I took 3. I know I took 3. To the auction in the spring. They were drakes, and I knew they were drakes. So I figured, you know what? This is a way to give the hens a break. And also help offset some of the cost finding this month. I'll get into that in a minute. So I was building 8 crates out of what else but pallet wood, right? Because that's what I have most of. So, and it's just like, I don't have a brad nailer yet. It's on the list, and I'm hoping I don't have one around Christmas. Will be after Christmas. I'm hoping there's a sale. I've got one picked out, so there will be a brad nailer coming, and that will help. Hi, Joe. Oh, wow, Pacific Northwest. I bet you it's a little bit warmer out there than it is here, although it's not real bad right now. Are you still having fires out there? Anyway, so I just, every extra minute I had, I was building these crates. I had to measure them and cut the wood and nail each one in. I wasn't going to use the screws because screws are expensive. Okay, I had nails, and I had to get the right size lumber or pallet wood, because I had certain sizes of nails. Okay, like I said, brad nailer, I would have been a lot faster, and it wouldn't be. I wouldn't have had to sort through nails, trying to find the smallest ones I had, and I had to use the thicker wood. But at the same time, I didn't want to make the crates too heavy. I wanted there to be some, airflow and whatnot. And so anyway, so I finished the last crate Friday afternoon. Okay. And if I had had enough time, I would have built a few extra crates, and I would have sent a few roosters to the auction as well. But I ran out of time. I just got the 8 crates done. So that was fun, I tell you, loading each drake into his own crate. I kept one drake. Okay. But the rest went to auction yesterday. So this whole week, doing that. And no fires around Puget Sound. Oh, that's good. 50 degrees. Boy, we won't see that. Well, actually, I think that's going to be our high tomorrow. We've got a deep freeze coming in tonight. So we are minus 8 drakes. They did okay. The highest amount was $15 for one drake. The smallest was $10 for one drake. Although the last drake sold, I didn't quite get the amount from the auctioneer. I couldn't quite get it. I think it was $13, but I'm not sure. More went for $14. So anyway, grand total is I made a little over $100, and by the time they take the commission out, it'll be a little bit under $100 that I will get in about a week or so. I'll get a check, and that will help to offset some of the expenses, because this month has been hard. Well, I guess today's November 1st, so it'll be October. Was a little difficult because, as you know, I drive for an Amish construction crew, and it's been hit and miss when they've used me, just because of the weather and other things going on. I have a sister in Oregon. Ooh. So it's been a little tight this month. Okay. And they're not going to be using me this coming week either, because where they're working is close to home, so they can use their buggies. So, it's, it happens, my Social Security starts the end of this month. So, that'll ease things up a little bit. I was doing well for a while, and just this month has been a little bit on the tight side. So anyway, selling the ducks, even though they're not in my freezer, they are going to be offsetting some of the costs of taking care of the critters I have remaining. Now, also, now that was a minus. And the plus is I have a new goat. She is my Amish neighbor is moving. He's taken his family back to his near his wife's family. And so they had a milk cow. They didn't really need to go. And I have had her milk. They've given me some of her milk to try. And she's got good milk. She's a dairy. I believe she is a Saanen, or I may not be pronouncing that correctly, but it begins with an S. So Daisy is my new goat. He gave me a deal on her that I could not turn it down. I could not turn her down. She's not in milk right now. However, she has been bred. And we know that. So good chance is come spring, she'll probably give me at least twins, I expect. She's 4 years old. Said I haven't got to move to my land yet, and money running low here too. Oh yes. Yeah. The one good thing, Christy, the one good thing about this COVID business is that when I applied for my Social Security, I did it over the phone. I didn't have to rummage for documents. I didn't have to make an appointment for in-person. Hello, Angel. Angel had to make her appearance. So, I'm here, Henri. Thank you. There you go. Say hi. Yeah. So, yeah, you want to give a call. I called 3 months before my birthday. We won't say which number, but it was old enough to collect Social Security. So it was 3 months before that. I called and they set up an appointment to do an over-the-phone interview. And it was so easy. Okay. It was a lot easier than what my husband went through when he applied for his. So, and I mean, I was going to have to get all this documentation, my marriage license, my birth certificate, and all this. It's like, I know I got a marriage license here somewhere, and I just don't know where it is at the moment. So I was really dreading it. So that was one plus with the COVID thing. But so anyway, you could call them 3 months beforehand and set it up so that it goes along. Now, the thing is, which I thought was odd, is that, okay, you have your birthday 1 month, okay? You have to be that age for a month before you start collecting. And they are a month behind. So it's 2 months after your birthday, okay, is when you start collecting. So I didn't know I was going to have to wait an additional month. So, which is another reason why things are a little bit tight. I was kind of counting on having that money coming in starting in October. Well, no, it's going to start at the end of November. And is it your birthday, or is it the alphabetical placement of your last name? I don't remember. No, I think it's your birthday that will indicate when your check comes in. So mine happens to be the end of the month. So, and my husband's comes in a week before mine. So, you know, it is what it is, but it'll be nice to have that little bit of extra money to offset some of the expenses I have until I get things up and running. Yeah, we got some good news, and I'm going to have a little bit of show and tell. Look what I got. How about that? This is I've got I just got this just a little bit ago, just before I went live. I found it in the goat shelter. This is from my hens. They are finally starting to lay. I've got, I think, 4 for sure, maybe possibly 5 hens laying at this point. Now, that is their lane where I can find the eggs. Okay. The majority of them are laying in the goat shelter. And I've got one that seems to like the hay shelter. So, but that's okay. So I guess now we got to start having to start using eggs a little bit more. Now they're still a little on the small side because they're still young. They're just starting their laying. So most of the eggs are going to be small. They'll be starting to pick up pretty soon. Oh, I think the temperature's starting to go down. I can feel it. Yeah, I came out here with just a long t-shirt and a t-shirt underneath. I know they don't match color-wise, but you know what? It's what I had on. Oof. How's that wind? Okay, my dear, Christy, you definitely need to get on the phone and get the things going if you want to collect now. Now, there are, my husband waited until he absolutely, till the very last minute, age-wise. I can't think it was like, what, 67? He was over 65 anyway. Okay, when he started collecting his. We need the money. So I started I'm going to collect early at the earliest age I could collect. Yeah, if I could wait, I'd get more per month, but it's not going to be that significantly more. And I'm hoping to get some, earn some money from the homestead here, from the goats and the chickens and the eggs from the chickens and the ducks. I'm hoping I can earn an income from that. Okay. And maybe possibly even, from a garden and whatnot. It's not going to be a lot. Okay. But if it can at least offset the cost of having the livestock, that is what I'm hoping for. Anything over that is gravy. Okay. We can live on mine and my husband's Social Security. Here in Kentucky, we can do that. In New Jersey, we wouldn't be able to do that. There's no way on the face of this earth we could live in New Jersey on Social Security. There's just no way. Okay, but here in Kentucky, we can do it. I mean, hey, we're not going to be rolling in it. I'm not going to be driving brand new vehicles or anything like that. Okay, it's going to be fairly simple lifestyle, but we can do it. We can manage. So anyway, so we got the drakes are gone. The eggs are coming. The goat is here, and she will be providing milk in the spring for us. I may be looking into one of those automatic milkers for the goat. If she'll take to it, I don't know, because she's accustomed to being hand milked. It's just I think that I would probably be able to get my son or my husband to milk her, especially my son, if it was some kind of electronic device that, hooked up to her. That's what I think. But I don't know. We got time before we have to make that decision. She won't be delivering. I have to double check the dates, but I don't think she'll be delivering till March. So I don't think I have any kids due in January or even early February. If I have any kids due, it won't be before the end of February, I believe. Just based on my observation of how Billy has been reacting to the does. Little Miss is in heat right now. Billy has been giving his undivided attention to her. She's not sure what she thinks of it, but hopefully she's not too small, because I did not have a way of separating her from Billy. So if she had been able to stay on her mother's milk, then she would have grown better, I think. She's still a little on the small side, but she's got a good frame to her, so I think she'll be okay. So we've got the goat, the ducks are gone, the eggs are here. That's been all the excitement in that regard. Now that the ducks are gone, now what am I going to be up to? Do they back pay from the time you apply? No. Except for actually, because you want to apply. I don't think they do, Christy. Now, if it was disability, then yeah, they would. Disability, they would back pay. But for old age, retirement, Social Security, which is what my husband and I get, no, I don't believe that they do back pay you. So, I mean, you have to talk to somebody with Social Security to find out for sure, but I don't think so. Let me see here. Yeah. My next project, okay, it was going to be working on the hen house, but I'm going to be finishing up getting the rainwater catchment system here set up to the stock tank. I don't have the gutters arranged for yet. The guy was supposed to call me back. He never called me back. I don't know if I'm going to call them again or if I'm going to try a different company. I just need to get the tank in place. The pad is there. I need to get the tank in place and figure out where I'm going to put the stock tank. Okay. And I think I pretty much nailed that down. And I got to get the gutters in. Okay. The gutters, I can't do that myself. How long ago is pregnant? You would ask me that. I didn't study up for the test. I'm thinking, because you see, I was using a calculator, an online calculator, and I'm thinking it's around 5 months. I got to double check. Pigs are easy. Pigs are 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Okay, that's pigs. That's easy to remember. Goats, I'm thinking, was it 145? I'm thinking they're somewhere between 4 and 5 months. Okay, I got to go back and double check. But I don't know exactly when each doe was bred. I'm just kind of going by my observation on when Billy was giving his undivided attention to each doe. But the first heat, it doesn't necessarily mean that he did his duty efficiently. Because I think that I saw Mama get his attention about a month apart. So, time will tell. I also think that where their shelter is right now, they get the light from the security light that we have by our cabin. Okay. And goats go into season when they start to lose daylight. So the plan is for the goat barn to be over in the darker area of the property. Okay. But close enough so that I'm aware of what's going on. And so they won't be getting as much light from the security light, and it'll be more, it won't be totally shut, but it'll be darker than the shelter that they're in right now. So next year, I think they'll go into season a little bit earlier. And earlier is better when you're trying to sell meat goats for profit, because that when they want kids is during certain religious holidays and whatnot, apparently. So I'm trying to, get them the kid earlier rather than later. Now, because the winters are not that bad here, at least they haven't been so far. And yeah, like I've got a lot of experience here. I've got 2 winters under my belt. But I think I can get away with having kids in the middle of winter. I mean, Mama did gave birth to a little man just fine on January 1st, and he was fine. We had a couple of cold spells, and I did have a heat lamp for her. She was shivering the one time. So I put a heat lamp in there for them this last winter, but I don't see how I can do that with the new location of the goat barn. But I'm hoping I can afford to get the foil insulation that they put underneath metal roofing to put around it so that it will be less drafty, and there will be like what you would call bunk beds in there to get them up off the cold ground. And of course, I will bed them down well with plenty of straw on it. And it shouldn't be nearly as drafty as where they are right now. So that is the push. Once I get that tank in place, which will be this week, because the gutters are up to a company. I have to hire a company to do it. Okay. Once that's in place, then I'm going to be concentrating on the goat barn. I worked for vets 16 years, and I get dog and cat gestation time mixed. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. And they make things so easy for you anymore that they have these calculators. All you have to do is punch in the date of the breeding, and they give you the estimated kitting date, so you don't really have to think about it. It's like, no, that's probably not a good thing for me. I really should know that. I'll get it eventually. I know the chickens sit on the eggs for 21 days before they hatch. I got that one down. And I know that Muscovy ducks are longer. I believe they're 38 days. So, which is another thing I've got plenty of, by the way, is Muscovy ducks. 4 hens, I got duck eggs coming out my eyeballs. Okay. And no, I'm not letting them set. I had one duck that was trying to set on a clutch of eggs. I took all the eggs from her. They are very good mothers. They really are very good mothers. And that's wonderful. But I don't want to see them raising ducklings this time of year. So it's just because it's starting to get cold, and you figure it takes 38 days. So you're talking, if she sat on the eggs, like I discovered her this morning, okay, November 1st, it wouldn't be until into December before they'd hatch. So no, we're not doing ducklings this time of year. So come spring, I'll let them have a clutch of eggs or two, and we'll see about raising ducklings. That was a rooster. Okay. The grand girl asked for a coat last Christmas, but of course I have to be moved. Yes, that is true. I'll tell you, people don't want goats with horns for pets necessarily, but if anybody wanted to offer me money for little man as a pet, I would let him go as a pet. I don't want to sell him at the auction for meat, and I don't really want to get rid of him either. But if he's just a very sweet goat, he's not in your face like a bottle baby is, okay. But he's friendly. He loves to be petted. He really does. He loves to be petted, and he likes cookies. He's just a very calm, so far anyway. But he's not a year old yet. But he's very calm, and he's a wether. So he won't be stinky like a buck would be. But I haven't really, I could going back and forth. I mean, should I sell him? Because I could use the money, but at the same time, I don't want to see him go for meat. I'd like him to go someplace that's going to treat him as a pet, because he would be good as a pet. But I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to make that decision. If I can just hang in there for about 3 more weeks, I think, before I get my first check. I don't know. I have to check the calendar. But if I can just hang in there long enough, thankfully, my neighbor, thankfully he brought me an extra bale of hay because he's got to have surgery on his wrist. So I've been working on that. I haven't paid him for it yet, but he brought it up because it was convenient for him. And I told him I'd get him the money for it later. And he's fine with that. He's told me before that, if I need the money to hang on to it, I said, I'm good. I usually order hay when I had the money. But this was his idea to bring the bale up because it was because of his schedule. So, which I'm very grateful for. And I've got my Amish friend that's moving. I will be buying his leftover hay. He guesstimated that he would have about 100 bales left. But unfortunately, his closing date has been postponed. Not because of anything to do with him, and not because of anything to do with his buyer, but because of the buyer's buyer. He kind of messed things up. So I want ducks for my pond. Oh, yes. I've got water lilies in my pond too. Will the ducks take the water lilies out? Well, I've got Muscovies. I don't know if they will. Because, man, if ducks will take out water lilies, I need to get me some regular ducks. Which I almost, there was a pair of ducks at the auction yesterday. The male was obviously a mallard or a rowan, one of those ones with the green head. But I thought the female was the same breed as the male, but come to find out, no, it was a female Muscovy that they were selling with the drake. So I'm glad I did not buy them because that's not what I want. They won't reproduce fertile offspring. So, but man, Christy, I will have to look into that for sure, unless you know for sure. Do ducks clear out water lilies? Because I do have water lilies in my pond, and I've been told they need to come out. I tried hiring a young Amish boy to clean it out, but he was more interested in talking than actually getting in there to do it. He said he could do it, but boys will be boys. What can I say? You know, give him another couple years, he'll probably be a little bit better at getting in there and getting the job done. But hey, you know. So if the ducks will do it, I'll get ducks for back there, and I'll just stick them. I'll build a little pen back there so they consider that home, you know. So anyway, what was I talking? So we got ducks, chickens, goats. The goat pen, the goat barn is going to be going over here. Okay. And hopefully it'll be better than what they've got right now. I want to go to help eat brush and was thinking about a weather and for the girl. Yeah. Do you have a girl goat already? Or are you looking at one? Christy, you know, if the time comes and you want one, message me. We'll talk. As I said, little man is a really sweet boy. He really is sweet. But anyway, that's when the time comes. You got other things you got to worry about first before you can worry about a goat. So, but anyway, yeah. And the, I think I said that the dairy goat that I got, which by the way, she's bigger than my Kiko goats. Mm-hmm. And guess what? She's stronger too. We didn't have too much trouble. I put her in the back of my truck. Okay. Well, it's the Tahoe. Okay. And she didn't quite understand that she was supposed to jump up into it. So me and the boys, the Amish boys, we picked up her front end, and then we kind of hoisted up her back end. I had a little bit of grain in there. So, you know, oh, okay, this is all right. And I just, you know, I fastened her to something in the back, and I closed the doors. It's like, okay, thankfully I didn't live too far away. And I heard that. Yes, Christy, you need at least two. Okay, definitely. You need at least two goats, or a goat and a sheep, or a goat and a horse, or a goat and something. Yeah, herd animals, you definitely want to have more than one, because they will not be happy by themselves. They will be very stressed. So you definitely want two. So anyway, back to Daisy. We got her in the back, okay, and got her to my place. Everything was fine, okay, and I had this little like dog leash like you get from the vet around her neck, and she's like, okay, we're here. I parked over here, you know, kind of close to the gate, but it wasn't like right to the gate because there's a hill, and it's like, okay, I'm here, and she was ready, more than willing to cut out, and thing is, she was like in a hurry to get through the gate, and she kind of like drugged me a little bit. It's like, and thankfully there was that old tree trunk there that I kind of wrapped the cord around, but I was sliding a bit. I was down on the ground and sliding a bit. Of course, it was wet too because we had just had rain. Actually, it was a misty kind of day that day. So anyway, so I got her I got her still. Okay. So now we got to go through the gate. Okay. She's good on a close lead. Okay. If it's like here's her head, and it's like you grab her like here, she's good. Okay. But I had a little bit of length to it. Guess what? Goats are not horses. Yeah. Goats are not horses. Okay. So, so anyway, so I lead her over to the gate. She's good. Okay. I open the gate. Okay. She's good. Step through the gate. She's good. And then she sees the other goat. She wants to go. And it's wet and slippery. And she drags me through the manure. Yeah, I was a little bit sore after that. But she didn't go too far. I mean, she stopped. I mean, she was stronger than what I expected. I'm used to my Kiko goats, which I can handle. Okay. And then once I got her stopped, okay, and I got up, okay, I walked her over. The other goats were around, but they weren't like right next to her. I got her in the goat pen. My Kiko goats, they weren't in the pen. They were out, okay. And so I put her in the pen, and I just let them kind of see each other through the fence, okay. And also I needed Daisy to learn about the electric fence because she did not know about electric fence where she was before. Okay, no, got to get moved before goats. Girls, my granddaughter. Oh yes, okay, yes, you definitely got to get moved before you get goats for sure. Get things settled up. Also been told carp work on water lilies. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to get the ducks. Probably not till spring. I will look for some regular type ducks that quack, and they will be over in the pond. I don't even want them near the house. Okay, but I will put them in the pond, and that will be their job. Okay. And I've also heard that duck poop will kind of help to seal the pond, and I think I've got my pond leaks a little bit. So anyway, thank you very much, Christy, for that. So anyway, we got her in, and she did get bit by the fence twice that I saw. So she now knows, okay, which is good because that's my main fence right now is electric fence, even though, and don't tell them this, but my one section of fence is not working very well right now. So I don't know why. I haven't had the time to get out there and check it. But I will at some point. Just things have been so busy and so crazy. So that's okay. She respects it. She knows that the one in the pen is hot and it bites. Okay. She knows that. And so it's all the same kind of wire. So, and the horses think that it all bites too. And I'm not going to tell them any different. Okay. So that's good. She's good. And she's getting along very well with the other goats. Just wonderfully. She's a little bit more standoffish, but I think it's just a matter of adjustment. But she gets along pretty much fairly well. There hasn't been a lot of, headbutting, a little bit, which is to be expected, but nothing like crazy. Yesterday I was at another Amish farm, and I watched this ram and a buck. Just the ram was coming this way, and the buck was like going like this. Okay, and they were just these two boys are just going at it. And it's like, guys, really, I guess they thought that they were each protecting their ladies from the other, but one was a sheep and one was a goat. I don't know. I was a little sore, but I wasn't really hurt. I mean, she was like a horse would have drugged me bad. Okay, she just drugged me a little bit. She couldn't handle my weight on the ground. It's like it was all right. I think my pride was hurt more than anything else. I mean, who wants to be drugged through some yucky horse manure? I mean, if I had to be drugged through any kind of manure, I'd rather it was horse than cow. Just saying. Okay. So it was all right. I lived to tell about it. So that's the important thing. So anyway, so I think that's about it. Oh, there is one other bit of news. Hopefully, and people pray about this for sure, hopefully Luna will be leaving in a little better than a week. Hopefully. I don't know. With the way this world has gone crazy, who knows what will come up. But the plan is, I got to call the vet too on tomorrow. The plan is for her to be picked up sometime the week of the 9th. So I have Pyrenees mixed dogs. I'm always wearing Band-Aids. Oh, I hear that. Oh my. Yeah. I hear they can be, yeah, a bit of a handful. It's like, I probably really need to get a livestock guardian dog. Because my goats, I let them out and they go around my property. And right now they're looking for acorns. They're shut up. Oh no, I let them back out. But they go up and they look for acorns, and that's fine. I'm not letting them out all day because the acorns are out, because I'm not sure they would probably be okay. I mean, it's what they eat. But I don't want them to get so much that it makes them sick. So they have hay in their pen in their shelter, in hay nets, because you don't want the goats to eat off the ground. You want them to eat up hot. Susie. I'm getting cold. So they have hay. I just filled 3 hay nets today for this cold snap, and hopefully that'll be enough to get them through. They have that free choice, and then I'll let them out to look for acorns, and because there's not much browse right now. So right now they're eating the acorns and whatever browse is left, but the browse is just about done, and the horses are grazing. I've got hay nets made up for them too for tonight. I don't, when it's cold like they're talking tonight, I don't restrict hay consumption, because that's how they stay warm. They get as much hay as they want. So the hay nets are to slow them down a little bit, but they're also going to get some loose hay, so that would get them going. Guys, I'm sorry, but I am going to have to cut this short, because I can feel the temperature dropping. It's getting cold. The wind doesn't help. So it was nice when I came out here, well, except for the wind, but the temperature wasn't bad at all. But it's getting cold now. So, guys, I'm going to have to go. What color is it? She's white. She's all white. I mean, I would have liked to have color, but you know what? She's a really good dairy goat. She's experienced. She's got good milk. She's an easy milker. All that, and the price that she was offered to me for, I would have been crazy to turn her down. Let's just say I got her for half what she's worth, or less than half, okay? Because really, she could be worth more, because she is a good milker, and she's got good milk. Plus the fact she's bred, yeah, I got her for a steal. Really, I did. So anyways, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go. So hopefully I'll be able to give you an update. Hopefully I'll have more videos. I don't have a video of Daisy yet, because it just hasn't worked out. Animals, they don't necessarily follow a script. Okay. So I'm hoping to get a video of Daisy up as soon as she cooperates. Okay. So anyways, I will talk to y'all later. Stay warm tonight, everybody. Of course, you all that are out west, you may not get this cold snap. I don't remember how far it's going, but anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one, people.